Check, check, check. If you're hearing the sound of my voice or watching this on YouTube, that means you're now tuned into another chapter of the Introverted Intuition podcast. My name is Jeff, aka the Petty Podcaster, aka the Ambitious Introvert, aka the leader of the Libras. As always, I'm joined by my boy CR. Say what's up, yo.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be here with y'all. It's your man CR908, aka Conscious Rap, BKA Chocolate Rod.
We got returning guest host / returning guest, Kross.
How you doing, guys? What's up? How's everybody going?
Nigga look high as hell on some type of drug. Looking like a villain straight out of Ozark. And we got what happened?
Like I've been watching. I just got up on Ozark. Like I'm on episode 8 of season 1, and it's absolutely crazy.
It's crazy. We'll do a little review in the second half of the podcast, but we also got returning guests from the Need to Know podcast, Savon. Please say what's up to our audience again.
What's going on, beautiful people? Glad to be back. I appreciate y'all actually caring to even invite me on again. So this is the third time we did something like this. So thank you.
I wanted your whole show, but I wasn't sure how it would hold up through Skype. Oof. Skype is a bit weird, but
trust me, I couldn't give you that answer either. So I can speak for myself, and we made it work. But I'm sure they would if they weren't busy.
Word. So take us back to end of February, early March when this whole coronavirus shit started happening. When did it start feeling real? How did it affect you on the entrepreneurial side, personal side, business side? How did it make you feel when this shit started going down?
Okay, so I was late to the party in a sense. I didn't really, not that I didn't believe it, but it takes, I won't even just hustlers, people who just go all the time, people who really don't conform, you know what I'm saying, to that train of thought. It took most of us a while to really accept, oh shit, this is really a thing. So for me, and the crazy thing is I picked up a lot of momentum around my podcast around that time. We were doing the most numbers we would have ever seen, and it was consistent weekly. We were like, all right, cool. We about to gear up. You guys actually inspired the live show idea that we had. So shortly after we kicked it with y'all, me, Alex, and Steph, we got back in the lab. We said, you know what, man, fuck it. We just if there's gonna be 3 people, 30 people, 300 people, we just want to see, the pulse of it. But we were really putting everything into motion and doing it. And then this thing happened. Then this hit. And it kicked my ass a little bit in the beginning just because I couldn't move how I wanted to move. But yeah, that's why I was around that time. I was in denial and I had a lot of momentum, and yeah, life happened.
First live show got canceled by an uncontrollable virus. Was there any on the back end, the team side, was there any conversations of frustration? You're the leader in my eyes, right? So you have to kind of control the temperature and the
the beauty of it, we all play our different roles and everything, and it's a collaborative effort with these type of huge decisions. So I was of the thinking at the beginning, hey, we should just cancel right away, refund everybody's money. Let's not have any more tickets sold, because the more we sell, the more we're gonna have to give back, and you know the financial aspect of it. But the team was like, look, let's hold off. We're not doing the show until July. At the time, again, it was February, March. They was like, hey, you never know. It might be over by that time. We sold a few tickets, and it was really a collaborative thing. They kind of, told me look, we should dead it. And then once we realized this is not going away, I was like, all right, cool. Gotta let it go.
And what about? I just want to say, I was so hyped too. Because you had posted the first flyer, the first little announcement that y'all was having a live show, and I commented under it.
Yeah.
I was so hyped, bro. I was so hyped.
Thank you. Yo, y'all really inspired that idea. I gotta give y'all credit 1,000%. Once we left the episode with y'all, y'all kind of told us, hey, look, this is what we did, and we would go to your shit. We think you guys could pull it off. Y'all gave us that confidence to be able to do it, and I think it was really a leap of faith. So thank you, shout out to y'all for pushing that button, because we wouldn't even been in that train of thought. You know what I'm saying?
That's an honor, yo, because I kind of look at y'all. I kind of looking at working with y'all is working with the equivalent of a podcast on another level. I look at y'all on another level, not because of your affiliation with Joe Budden, but because I've seen what y'all have done in your own lane. So I look forward to any type of collaboration or any type of conversation I get to have with any of you guys, because I'm inspired by y'all, truthfully.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that for sure. And I definitely understand that, because I feel the same way. It's like the people that we work with, collab with, stay in communication with, it's because like we pull from them. We pull inspiration. We pull like, yo, and even I'll give you guys another tidbit. When we went on your show and you guys had the segment. What was the segment that he introduced like a robot? CR. What was that?
It's called This or That.
Yes, yeah. This or that. Yeah. So this or that. Like once we did that, we was like, yo, we really enjoyed that part of the show. Like it was really quick, spitfire, rapid fire. And it also allowed us to say, oh shit, they're about to end their show. And I know because they got this segment. So we shortly implemented a segment in our show based off that too. So, you know, whenever we collaborate or work with anybody, it doesn't matter the scale. Like, y'all know, I work with Joe and, you know, I'm still in the trenches myself. And there's podcasts who look at me like, hey, I want to get to a level. Like, I don't care. I don't discriminate. It's just, what are you doing? Is it impactful? And let's rock. Let's roll.
Yeah, and that episode has been our most played episode since then. I mean, I think our most recent episode was like kind of like top 2, top 1, like top 3. I'm not sure, but that was our most played episode for a while, for real.
Dope, that's dope. I mean, shit, we just put it up on our feed not too long ago. I've been storing some content in case, you know, things didn't work out. And you guys' episode we just threw up on our feed recently, and a lot of great feedback. And the numbers are doing really well, as if it was an episode of our own. So the people didn't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes your audience wants you. You know, it's cool to hear it, but it was like, you know what, yo, let's throw this out. And it was like it was our own. So thank y'all. Appreciate the week off.
When we talk about podcasting now during the quarantine, like I feel like for me, I really enjoy and I prefer the in-person banter and conversation and energy. But shifting to an online experience of podcasting, how has that been for you and your team?
Honestly, it's shown me that the chemistry is real. You know, obviously, you know, when you do these things, you prefer to do it in studio because you can't really duplicate that type of energy. But I'm not too mad at, you know what I'm saying, the end results of it. I think it's another way to kind of learn your co-host, to learn yourself. You know, with the banter, with podcasts, it's really important when to get in and when to get out of a topic, or when to get in when it's your time to make a point and when it's your other people's time to make a point. And I think this has showed me like, okay, we're getting better at this, because in studio the emotions are so high, the energy is so high, you just want to go, and you're talking over each other subconsciously, you know what I'm saying, because you're so passionate about what you do. But with this, it's like, nah, Steph, you talk, Alex talk, I'll go, like, and I think that's really improved. But honestly, I'm not too mad at it. We have our meetings on Zoom, you know, we still try to keep that same camaraderie around it. So it's not too bad of an option for us, honestly.
That's dope. It took a while for this podcast to kind of like adjust, because it was just the loss of routine for me personally, like going from like my job to the gym to the podcast, whatever. It was a bit of a shell shock. Was there any of that for you personally? Did you have to find your footing a bit?
Not so much on the content side, more so on the personal side. I think I struggled with the adjustment personally, just because, you know, I move just like you, a schedule based. I'm a creature of habit. You know, I'm used to certain things, certain days mean certain things. So once I lost that kind of affected me, but the content wasn't really too affected. But I guess maybe I'm lying, because the content would naturally be affected if I'm personally affected. I don't know. But no, like I didn't feel any rift in that. It was more so me and my mental trying to prepare for it. Like it's different when Wednesday or recording day comes around and you're like, you know what? I got to get up. I got to drive. I got to beat traffic. I'm going to make sure we grab a drink. We're going to, you know, have our pre-meeting, opposed to, yo, I just got up out of bed from playing Call of Duty. Now 5 minutes into it, I got to record some shit. Like, that's what it is. It's more of a mental thing. It's like, I don't got to beat the traffic. I don't got to mentally prepare or do any of that. It's like, I just get up, roll over. Like, I record in my drawers sometimes. Like, it's so different. That's the only thing for me.
Yeah. By the way, I don't remember the last time I was at a gas station. I saved so much money on gas these past few
years. Yes. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Gas
you probably can't relate.
Low. Gas is at an all-time low right now anyway, yo. I was like somewhere in Wayne. I think it was in Wayne, New Jersey, bro. I seen it for 180 something, bro.
That's beautiful.
Bro, I haven't seen that shit since Michael Jordan was still in the NBA.
That's crazy. But I feel like during the quarantine, I feel like people have been feeling a lot of pressure to like create and put out new stuff and innovate some new shit. So have you guys created any new maybe content pieces or versions of your show during this time?
Yeah, well, this has opened us to streaming in live chats. So now every Saturday, we go on YouTube, which our YouTube audience is growing because of it. And we just take a topic from our main episode and we'll extend that conversation to Saturday. What happened?
No, that's a good idea.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So actually piggybacking off of the segment that we implemented, it's called If I'm Being Honest. So every episode we have a segment called If I'm Being Honest. The three of us say something that we're honest about, and then we'll take one of those topics and extend it into Saturday's conversation with a live chat and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we're trying to like implement new content pieces and new ways to connect, and it also gives us a sense of that live show feeling because there's people in the chat responding, we're responding. Like, it's cool. It's a good time. It's a good time.
That's a great segment. I wish I came up with that.
That's how I felt with y'all. Like, fuck this and that.
I got some shit I got to be honest about.
That's exactly how I felt with y'all. I was like, damn, that's a good one. Like, yeah, that was really great. So y'all inspired that whole segment. So thank you.
That's fire, bro. That's a good idea, yo.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, honestly, so Steph came up with the idea. We were all just spitballing ideas. And then Steph was like, yo, if I'm being honest, we could just lead it off with that. And it could be about anything. It could be personally, anything. And that's why it's so cool because it's so open-ended. It's like, yo, if I'm being honest, I hate this type of water. If I'm being honest, like, it could be anything. So that's what makes it fun.
Right. And there's been no shortage of I feel like escapes during this time. Like you mentioned Call of Duty. A lot of music came out, right, Kross? Like a lot of music came out during the quarantine that you have.
Yeah, there's been a few albums that I've been wanting to like look into. Like Kehlani's album was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not the who else's album? How about this? How do you guys feel about Future's album?
I love it. God, I was waiting for you to say it.
You niggas is toxic, man.
I haven't listened personally. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Can I say something before you go in? I just got to say, Future is not a role model. He's a savage. All right? You know what I'm saying? He's a savage and he don't try to be nothing else but that. That's why I love him. Because he's real, he's ratchet, and when I want to laugh, I listen to Future. That nigga make me smile, bro. That nigga makes me smile.
I can see you in Future having some similar interest. I get that vibe.
CR is toxic, yo, for real.
I get that vibe for sure. Yeah, but I haven't listened to Future yet. But there has been a lot of new music, so whatever I do gravitate towards, I'll listen to, or like you said, escapes. Music has been an escape, or I'll just revisit old music.
What about the Drake album, people?
Yeah, that was
Drake's album. What happened?
No, go on.
Oh, Drake's album. I liked it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think my two favorite songs were the songs that he had shot the videos to. But it was cool. It's different because you can't be outside. Like, that's something I would listen to on my way out. You know what I'm saying? During the pregame, or when people come to the crib and kick it, it's like, yo, throw in that Drake. So it's just a different vibe. Like, I can't latch onto it. It's cool when I listen to it, or like if I'm cleaning up, but I can't really do much.
The environment doesn't matter.
Exactly. So that's how I felt.
That shit's fire. Like, I don't care where I'm at. Like, I've been running that back. Like, I think that's Drake's maybe fourth best project. I'm not gonna lie. And it's all throwaways.
Yeah.
And it's just, you could just hear the transition to where he's going next. That's like a good teaser. So.
Nah, for sure. I can see that. Again, like I said, I think if the state of the world was a little bit different, I may feel that way too. But I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's not bad. It's just, I need some women. I need some vices. I need, some plans.
You think you've been going to like a specific genre during this whole like quarantine lockdown, or like have you, just exploring? Because like me myself, I like a little bit of everything. In my playlist, you'll find classical music, you'll find old school R&B, you'll find, Lil Durk, you'll find a whole bunch of, of different music.
For me, naturally, man, I like to be in my feelings, bro. I like R&B music. I'm not gonna lie. I like to even if I'm not in love at the moment, I want to remember how it feels to be in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I'm heartbroken, or if I broke somebody's heart, like those are emotions that I've identified with throughout my life. So naturally, when I have nothing to do, I'll go back and listen to it. So yeah, definitely R&B for the most part is the genre.
Who's your thing about R&B? That's in R&B.
Say that again.
I kind of feel like the influx of music would be more. I feel like it's kind of people. There's a new album every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. I thought people would be jumping at the chance because there's no one else dropping. Be a good chance for them to get to the top of the charts, but it feels like the influx of music is slower than I was expecting.
But they lost all their material. You know what I mean? They also have to think about long term. So if they're releasing a lot of singles or a lot of albums, now they exhausted all their material, whereas they could have spread that out in a 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 8 span rather than drop 2 albums in a 6 span.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you if I didn't hear of Griselda. Griselda, they drop projects like every month between the 3 of them, and they're all consistently good. So I feel like there's a way to make your content still digestible and still do whatever else you're trying to do with it, right?
Also,
get to the top of the charts, whatever.
I feel like at this point in time, like a lot of artists that drop, they rely on their money from touring and doing live shows and, stuff like that. Right now, if I got a project that I've been sitting on and I know, okay, I'm not a top tier artist, so I might do okay with my sales, but the merch, people aren't buying merch because, a lot of people's financial state is in flux because of this whole thing. And then, hey, I can't even put out a 7-city show tour because nobody, like, we can't do anything. So if I was an artist personally, again, Drake did throwaways. If we weren't in this state, I don't know if Drake would have throwaways like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think for certain artists, it depends. Griselda, in that case, there is 3 people who make up one conglomerate, and they all kind of move in their own way. So I feel it may be a little bit. And also, I don't know how much shows are affecting them. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like a Wale or even a Kehlani or Janae Aiko who had to cancel her tour. Like, So I don't know how that works.
Yeah, maybe CR. How do you feel about this? You're the artist.
Really I feel like right now the number one artist who's winning the most in this situation is Tory Lanez. He absolutely was smart enough to take his creativity and his fan base to Instagram, and then he took that and came up with Quarantine Radio, and now he's like trying to get a deal with that. Like, I think that's really smart as an artist. Like, what I'm saying, I feel that if you've already put in the work and you have a good foundation of people who are looking for content, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be in the kitchen cooking whatever, breakfast. Like, they're going to tune in. You feel me? Because they fuck with you and your personality. So I feel like it really depends on the artist. But for me, I only put out, I would put out visuals right now because I'm not a big artist. So that's why I dropped my video, because I know everybody's indoors. That's when I dropped Cinderella. And it happened organically like that, because we shot that shit a week before the whole shit happened, the whole quarantine. It was a week before, bro. If we would have waited one more week, it would have never came out. So it was just like crazy.
I feel like the best thing for artists, music artists, and even like podcasters, it's like this is the best time to engage with your audience. You can even invite your audience on a Zoom call, and I feel like they'll appreciate that more than anything, right? You just got yourself a loyal fan, right? So I think that's what Tory Lanez is doing the best. Like, he's engaging with his fans doing the IG lives. Like, he's giving other people a shot as well. Like, I feel like that's what we all kind of need to do as content creators, is get engaged with our audience right now before we're all out and we don't have time. Like, our audience maybe want to tune into the Zoom call on Thursday at 8, but they got to work the next day. So I think that's what Toyland did the best.
You hit it right on the head, because it's like, all right now you may not get the views that you want. Like, I credit it to nobody's working, and I don't know how much you guys all listen to podcasts, but I know when I listen to podcasts the most is during the commute. It's while I'm working, like background noise. When I used to work at a warehouse, or even when I was working at like a shelter, I would sit at my desk and I would listen to podcasts just to kind of make time go by. Right now, people aren't just sitting home listening to podcasts when they could watch Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, HBO, Showtime, whatever, Michael Jordan doc. Like, audio is not the prevalent thing when you're just sitting home. So even though the numbers are going to shift in that direction, it's like, okay, what can we do to make sure we sustain the people who do really, really, really fuck with us day in and day out, even if it's just 50 people? Like you said, a Zoom call. We've opened up. We had a thing called Game Night, where we would play a series of games Saturday, Friday night, and we'll invite 3 listeners of the podcast on. And we'll just play games, drinking games, fitness challenges, all this other shit. And it's like, okay, so for that hour, those 3 people who listen, we know they're locked in through fucking rain, hell, heaven. Like, they're in here because they got nothing better to do than to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they could be doing so many other things.
Let me ask the group this just real quick. Like, things are starting to open up around the country. Are y'all willing to just ready to jump back out into whatever normal was before this? Or are y'all going to still quarantine and stay inside for a bit longer till there is a vaccine or whatever? Whoever wants to go first.
Can I? All right. I personally, I haven't really changed much of what I've been doing, except for the fact that, stuff is closed, because I drive for Lyft. And I haven't stopped working. I just took precautions. I wore a mask and whatever. But, like, to be honest, I'm not going to be... I was never the type of person to kind of be all up on people, touching foreign shit. I had good hygiene before this. You know what I'm saying? I was already, like, taking precaution. Like, one thing, though, I don't know if I'm going to wear a mask everywhere I go. I'll be real, bro. It's about to be hot. It's going to be a hot summer, dog. I don't know about that. And I got a beard, yeah. So I'm gonna keep it real. I probably won't wear a mask, but I will keep, You said what?
You gotta get the extendo mask for your beard too.
That's a fact.
I wonder what James Harden is using.
Don't come around me, man. You ain't wearing a mask, I'm not fucking with you, man.
Bruh, I'm gonna wear a mask when I'm around a lot of people, but I'm saying, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be real with you, man, because I don't like being paranoid. Because if you think about it, right, the way the human body works, even if you keep wearing a mask, like, you're not allowing yourself to build your antibodies, bro. You're not allowing your immune system to even be exposed to the bacteria. So now you're just making your immune system weaker. So for me, I feel like, man, it's either I've gotten it and went through my system or something, because I haven't been sick in, like, since last year. Like, I don't know, bro. But
I forgot what country it was, so I'm like, but I know it was like it was definitely like a European country, but it's called crowd immunization. So essentially, they just opened everything up, and people build up immunities, and then you got the antibodies, and you build up an immunity through a crowd like that, rather than people quarantining and then it wiggling through the cracks anyway. And it ended up that those countries that did that actually have less cases than, let's say, some of the countries who were kind of like late on the whole quarantine thing or things of that nature. So, but then again, you think about it, like, let's say, for example, the countries like, I don't know, Switzerland or Sweden, they don't live probably on as densely as we do, as, let's say, just Manhattan. Not even all 5 boroughs.
Word.
Just Manhattan. There's so many millions of people.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think that works. I feel like then you'll have like 7 million sick people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Now, I'm not even gonna lie. If I get on the subways, I'm gonna want to wear a mask. I ain't gonna lie, because that shit is, you're close as fuck with people like that. Yeah, but walking around being outside, I'm not gonna wear a mask if I'm outside. Like, but if I'm in a closed area with a bunch of people, like the subway or some shit like that, I'm gonna wear a mask. But if I'm just walking down the street or I'm in my car by myself, like I'm not fucking wearing a mask.
Because that's the thing also. You want to breathe in fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially we don't have as many cars out, and there's not as many planes flying, all this stuff. You know, the air is cleaner, it's crisper. You want to breathe that stuff. Obviously, if you're in an elevator with, you know, 2 other people, which might be illegal, so I don't know if you should go in the elevator. You might want to wear a mask in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. I think the confusion.
If you were late for a meeting, if you were late for a meeting and you had to go to the 42nd floor of a building, and the elevator comes, but there's 3 people in the elevator already, do you get in the elevator, or do you wait for the next one? But you don't have a mask on you.
I tell them to call me on Skype. We can do this from home. It's been proven. That's what I let them know. This is a proven theory. I don't have to meet with you in person anymore. But now, meeting, though. What happened?
If it's a meeting about a check, I'm taking the stairs. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Flight, I gotta risk it. Fuck
I'm taking it.
It's a very important meeting. Like, you're trying to secure a bag, and you're already 15 minutes late, and you get on, no mask. The people on the elevator don't got no mask. It's 3 of them, and you gotta go to the 42nd floor. I think that I'm just gonna hold my breath until I get to the 42nd floor. Hopefully, they get by on the same floor that I do.
Yeah, you gotta take the chance. You gotta take the chance at that point.
But what about you, Savon? Like, you work with 2 podcasts. Let's say the studios start opening up. Are you willing to just jump out the gate and go back to Parks' house, to the studio you record at? Are you willing to do that immediately?
Well, I'm in very 2 different scenarios. Joe's podcast, I'm an employee. So, you know, that's if they say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my role in that podcast. Like, you know, I take orders. I don't give orders, you know, like that's just what it is. So we're actually supposed to be going back to Parks' house soon. I don't know how often, but you know, what can I say? I probably could get it done from home, but my way of thinking is, you know what, there may be somebody else who would be willing to take that chance. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna stay home because I don't feel. It's like, no, this is what we gotta do. Fuck it, I'm here for a reason. Like, I gotta make sure I'm always secure, even though I feel like I do a pretty good job. It's like, nah, I'm not letting up. I won't even give an inch for anybody to get that spot because I know it's a lot of people who want it. So in that situation, I'm going. In that situation, I'm going to Parks' house. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. I'm gonna wear the gloves. I got the hand sanitizer. I'm gonna wear the mask. You know, just take the precaution. For my podcast, like you said, I got a little bit more control. I can dictate when we record, where we record, all that kind of stuff. But I will tell you guys this. I actually sent a text to Alex and Steph this morning, and I said, look, we figured out a way to get the audio to sound crisp, right? That was part 1 because we're an audio podcast. Second thing is the visuals. If we can get cameras that look really good, like you guys look great. Like I don't know what, it just doesn't look this good once we upload and export it, do all that other shit to YouTube. So if we can get cameras, I don't mind doing the podcast virtually for the summer. Even if they decide to open up next week, I'm cool with doing this for the summer because it saves money, production costs, time, gas. You know, I live in the fucking sticks. So for me to get to Brooklyn and Manhattan and all these other places is a lot for me. So I'm not rushing to get back into a studio because I don't feel that it's really affected our chemistry too much.
That's dope. I really respect that. I respect your dedication and your passion for what you do.
Thank you, man.
Literally willing to risk your health for what you love to do.
Oh, for sure. You got to, because like I said, man, there's so many people, and it's not because they're jealous of me. Like I'm not the person to think, oh, it's about me. It's about me. It's about the position. You know, it's not, oh, fuck Savon. It's like, I don't want him to do this spot. I mean, his job is like, I just want that spot. I want to be in the mix. I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand how valuable my position is, and it's just one of me. It's not like there's a whole bunch of, you know, like it's just one. So if I hit Joe, like, yo, bro, I'm sorry, I don't feel like coming, or I don't feel comfortable coming. Meanwhile, everybody else is going. It's like, nah, bro, you got to do what you got to do.
You literally earned that spot. I vividly remember I've been listening to podcasts, Joe Budden Podcast since the beginning, and I remember hearing your transition into the show, and it was natural, and like just to see where you're at now, like I'm a fan, like I'm really a fan, so like I really respect that, and I respect everything you've done this far, for real.
Thank you, bro. It's crazy because I started out as a listener too, like. You know, I love the fucking podcast. It's a great podcast. I enjoy Joe, his commentary. Like, so I'm a fan too. And, you know, I try not to look back too often because you never want to look back all the time. But when I do sit back and think about, like, you know, the episode that I started, I had like a pen and pad and I was writing timestamps on legit pen and pad, trying to figure this whole process out. How can I add to the podcast? It's a wild fucking journey. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Where last podcast you were on with us, you mentioned you don't really suffer from any mental illnesses like that.
No.
Right? Is that so has that shifted a bit during this?
A little bit of anxiety. Sometimes. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say mental illness. I think, you know, sometimes when I smoke, I kind of get lost in my thoughts, a little paranoia, stuff like that. Nothing that I would never disrespect somebody who has or who really struggles with mental health issues and say that I'm a part of that community, because smoking is an option. So if I decide not to smoke, then I won't ever feel any of those feelings of anxiousness or paranoia. So I would never say that, right? But when my mind gets a chance to settle down, that's kind of where those feelings kick in. Again, I won't take it to that extreme to say, hey, you know, I have mental illnesses or issues and stuff like that. But yeah, I get in my own head sometimes. I think as a creator, it's natural when everything stops. You can't really express yourself, you know? So that's what I'm going through right now.
So, like, I would assume that you working on a podcast and doing things virtually, that's a great escape for you and a great way for you to keep your mind going while this whole quarantine stuff is going on. So, like, my question is, right, because we have so much more time on our hands. What are you doing when you're not working on your podcast?
When I'm not working on my podcast or Joe's podcast.
Or Joe's.
What
else are you doing?
Well, kind of similar to what we said earlier. Like, I need that schedule. So for me, I work out every day. I work out a bit harder than I did before. Like, I cut weight. I'm doing everything as if it was a regular day, you know? I mean, I play a lot more Xbox. Like, I was talking to a friend. I should not be this good at Call of Duty at 26. Like, I'm killing it. Like, I was like, wait, why am I this good? So I'm playing video games to kind of keep my escape. And I'm actually I don't live in the city at all. I live in Long Island. So there's a lot of like parks and natural shit going on around here. So I'll go to a park and I'll kick it for a few. I got a dog. I'll walk her a little bit more. Like, I'm really just getting in tune with some of the things outside of technology. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just working. It's like, all right, cool. Let me go kick it by this lake for a little bit and clear my mind and stuff like that.
I love it.
I've been doing that a lot.
Love it. That's one of my favorite answers that I've gotten from a lot of people, because we tend to, right, our generation right now, if we can't like go to work or do whatever, we find another piece of technology to drown out the our take up our time. We're either watching Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, or on Instagram scrolling, or we're posting on Twitter. So like, I do the same shit. Like, the other day, I had the opportunity to go chill by the port, downtown Elizabeth. I was by the water and just enjoying nature and being able to clear my mind. I feel like that's the healthiest, when you detach from technology and just chill with nature. I feel like that's so healthy for your mind, Joe.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, one thing that's helped me, because the first week or two of this whole quarantine, I was really hard on myself. I felt a little worthless because I wasn't working. You know, I really value work. Like, I enjoy working. Like, that's just who I am. So I felt a little worthless because I wasn't doing that. I was really hard on myself, texting my friends. My sleep schedule was disgusting. My eating habits was horrible. You know, I just really didn't even identify with who I was. And on like the second week, I challenged myself to cut out drinking, cut out smoking. And I refuse to binge watch anything. So I have not binge watched one single show on any streaming service because I'm like, nah, I know where this is going. I know how I'm gonna look coming out of this. I refuse. Nah, I just can't do it.
I respect that.
Thank you, man.
And I encourage anyone listening to don't put the pressure on yourself too, but like try to pick up a new skill during this time too, because you got all the time to practice it. I've been making beats pretty much since the beginning of this. I've been getting better each day.
That's dope.
And I think you'll be able to surprise yourself during this time too. Like something you may have thought that you couldn't really do during this time. You have all the time now to work at it, and you may end up being the biggest whatever during this time.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's funny you say that because I was thinking about this shit this morning when I was working out. So before the quarantine, one of my goals was, and actually maybe coming into this year, one of my goals, I didn't know how to jump rope. Like I was like really slow and I would jump. Like my heels would touch my ass when I would jump. Like it was nasty. It looked really bad. Like it was so unathletic. It was disgusting. So, I mean, it's not as impressive as making beats, but I taught myself how to jump rope. Like, you know, I got the rhythm, I got the cadence, you know, it looks good. It feels good. So that's a skill. I don't know how I can apply it other than for selfish reasons is just working out. But that's the skill that I've kind of honed in on. Like, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad.
That's one of the best forms of cardio. Shit.
It is.
You could teach
honestly.
somebody else how to jump rope.
I can. I'm in the process of teaching one of my friends now. He's just a meathead. He likes to lift weights, and eat fucking protein. He does no cardio. I'm like, yo, bro, jump rope. Let's do it. So I'm trying to teach him.
Yo, no lie. I've been doing a lot of jump roping too. Like when we first, like the first couple, like definitely last month, I was doing like 15 minutes just jump roping in the morning, and I do some jumping jacks. I do like 100 squats. That shit made me feel amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I could see you on a double Dutch line, just waiting to like rock and double.
Hey, yo, I never want to see CR on any kind of line.
Just waiting to. I'm in.
I never want to see CR on a line at double Dutch.
That's a fact.
For me, working out, like I said, my routine, like I used to go to the gym every day. Like there was a point where I was going to the gym 7 days a week. So having to adjust to workout at home, I feel like I'm not getting the same kind of pump, not getting the same kind of sweat. Yeah. And I'm kind of learning to like every day be okay with that.
Yeah.
So just adjusting to this time is just really weird and strange, and it's fun all at the same time, truthfully.
Yeah, for sure. The way that I see it, like when you say fun, I just see it as it's gonna be cool to look back and tell your kids or grandkids or whoever, like, yo, nigga, I was chilling in the crib for 3 months. Like, go to work. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, that's the only. It's cool to be a part of history, you know. And I don't want to be insensitive to anybody who's lost their lives, or you know, if you know somebody who has. But you know, it's history. Like, it's historic. Like, I have never been able to just chill on a Tuesday and play video games until 4 a.m. with no consequence. Like, I haven't done it since I was in elementary school. So it's crazy, weird times.
And to piggyback off like what you were just saying, like that is crazy. That like, let's say, like, you know, talking to somebody in like 10 years, and like we can say. And like you said, not to be sensitive to anybody who has, you know, lost loved ones or have lost anything. But like you could say, oh, I lived through and I got through the, you know, the pandemic of 2020 or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those like huge milestones that is gonna go down in history.
For sure.
And then
crazy. Like
you'll be able to tell like the memories of that. I feel like that we're taking a little bit for granted now because we can't go to restaurants and we can't go to clubs and we can't go to the studio. But like when we look back in 20 years and we're like, wow, we were really like in the house and we were talking, you know, this is the first time that we were actually, you know, doing podcasts on video. You know, in the future, God knows what's going to be, you know, be possible once we look back and we're like, we were actually doing that.
Yeah, we were in that.
I don't know if I'm drinking too much, but Kross really looks like a fucking Yakuza mob boss right now. Like, you look like you straight out the Yakuza, my nigga. Like, my nigga.
First off, I'm Puerto Rican, Second off, I got
you from Taiwan. Fuck out of here.
I have a vintage Nike fucking crew neck on, and I have mala beads on. You still look like a yakuza.
Let me ask y'all as a group. Start with Savon. Like, where is the one place you're looking forward to going to when all this is over? It could be a restaurant. It could be a library. It could be a chick's house.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So on a realistic scale, the first place that I'm actually excited to go to, there's this restaurant that I go to. It's attached to a hotel that I normally sleep in whenever I have a late night, early morning type of work week. And I eat there by myself. Like, I'll watch a game, I'll just go there, I'll eat, then go up to the hotel room and do some work. So I'm excited to go there and kind of just eat by myself. And I would love to hop on a plane at some point. Like, I just want to go. Like, I'm ready to go.
CR Kross?
I think for me, I gotta get back to Cali, bro. Like, I have to, bro. Like, I just want to go back out there for the fresh air, for the fucking sunshine. I mean, I know summertime is coming, you know what I'm saying? But still, I don't know, bro. Like, I miss Cali so much. So I just want to go back there and just smoke the weed and like chill on Venice Beach. Like, that's the first place I really want to go, bro. Or if not there, all right, being realistic, I want to get back in the other studio, like the studio that I go to, not at my house, because I record at home like every week. But I want to go back to the studio, bro. There's nothing like being in the fucking studio with my engineer, my artist chilling out there, because we always turn it into like a chill session. We chilling, we making dope music. So I miss that, man.
Kross?
I would say the biggest thing I miss is like networking, to be honest. Just being out there, mingling, traveling, going to different places, you know, go to different countries, immersing yourself in different cultures. You're meeting this person knows this person. All of a sudden, you get invited to this and that. And like, you can't, like, for me, I'm high frequency. I got to keep it moving. So like, now it's more like, oh, okay, so I'm in the crib. Like, I could still make things happen, but it's like, oh, I'm kind of just like kind of idle almost to an extent. Like, even though I know like you know, not like numbers wise might be fine, but like I'm idle. Whereas before, like I was in the city, I was here, I was there. That's probably the biggest thing, because I feel like I thrive off of that, because like I almost absorb that energy.
I got that.
For me, it's honestly the bookstore. Like, I've been starting to read a lot more during this time, and like going to the bookstore.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Said the bookstore,
like, bro, as like in Barnes and Noble and shit, bro.
As in a place that sells books.
Like Barnes and Noble.
Is a bookstore.
All right, but see, this is not like this. This is like, okay, y'all gave like serious whatever, but like, I guess for like a recreational place I want to go back to is the bookstore. Like, there's something really peaceful about just wandering in the aisles of a bookstore, looking to your left and finding a book that may change your life. And that's what happens with the Alchemist, for real. Y'all niggas crazy, like, bro,
they're not supporting you, bro.
That's how I found the Alchemist. This nigga's crazy, yo. But that's how I found the Alchemist. Like, that's one of the most life-changing books I've ever read. Yeah. And just that feeling of, I don't know, wandering the aisles. But like, aside from the gym, the actual podcast studio, I like the idea of people pulling up and just that face-to-face interaction. Like, it's just different than this. This is real. We all have real connections. We all have a real energy going right now, but it's not tangible. It's not really real to me. But
got you. That's dope, man. I'm not mad at the bookstore.
I'm not mad at the bookstore. It's just funny because I can imagine the way you described it. That just sound like a Lifetime movie. He said you just walk through the aisles.
Yo, CR, we can still fight. I know the Rona's going. We can really
browse through the books. I just imagine Jeff walking and just like quietly just looking through the books, taking a pause and just reflecting on life.
Take a chick to the bookstore on your first date. You'll never regret it.
I'm gonna try it one day.
You'll never regret it, bro.
I'll try it.
Are y'all still linking up with chicks during the quarantine? What's going on? I'm in a relationship, so I can't answer that.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship too, so I can't answer that.
I'm single.
I don't know what that means.
It's been fruitful.
Yeah, here's why.
Nah, man, FaceTime. I'm FaceTime dating right now. So that's it. I try to be respectful of those in my house and those in my home, and you know, if I have my own place, maybe, but you know, I still got my brothers here and my moms and dad, you know, so I've just been FaceTime dating.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I've been seeing my girl every 2 weeks. Just the 14-day quarantine. Make sure the Rona out your system, you know what I mean? You gotta get your shit off.
Not bad.
What happened?
Doesn't she live like elsewhere?
Like 2 hours away.
Wait,
wow.
But where?
It makes it happen.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Huh?
Okay. That's a commute. Wow. Shout out to you, bro. That's dope.
Yeah, word. So, I guess, I mean, what can I go from here? The live show, is that still done, or have you thought about ways to trying to innovate that same idea during this time? You could do Skype. You could have 65 people on a call, right? Have you thought about that?
Nah, we haven't, honestly, because our live show, the way that we really wanted to do it, it wasn't just gonna be us. You know, we had an opener. We had a stand-up comedian coming out. He was gonna open to kind of let, you know, get the crowd loose and all that stuff. And then we were gonna close with music performance. So we were kind of like headlining it. You know, the majority of the show was obviously gonna be us, the Need to Know experience, but it was really gonna be like an event. It wasn't just, hey, us going up there and doing our thing. So I feel like we would be shortchanging anybody if we did our first one that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the live chats give us that substitution of, hey, let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? We also give the option of, yo, send us your email. If you guys want to do this, we can do this. Like, join the conversation. You know, we really want people to join the conversation. So yeah, we haven't thought about doing it virtually. We're just gonna wait till, you know, this shit blows over.
Facts. I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna show up. I'm definitely gonna buy another ticket.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. You did get the refund, right? Because we refunded it all one shot if you purchase a ticket.
Nah, I ain't get mine. Where that?
Nah, you ain't get that? I'm gonna have to talk to accounting.
I'm joking.
Had to put the disclosure out there. Yo, this nigga's a businessman.
You got to, man. Like, I don't. That hurt. It hurt.
Just the refunds, they're out.
It's funny. Me and CR, we talked about this on the last episode, but we like coming into 2020, we talked about like we felt like 2020 was going to be a defining year for everybody. It's going to be a year where it's going to test people's will, and you're either going to be left behind or you're going to be ahead of the curve. And I feel like the coronavirus is literally that. It's literally testing people's will.
Yeah.
Like, I had so much planned for this year. Like, I had like a book release party. I was going to be speaking at a few podcasts and festivals. And it's just like, this virus has really taught me, like, yo, slow the fuck down. Not everything is really that crazy. Like, it's not everything is worth all that pressure you're putting on yourself. And I'm curious, starting with maybe Kross and then ending with Savon, like, what is something that this quarantine has really taught you about yourselves and your lives?
I guess what I'd say, it's taught me that I could actually like not be on the move and not be doing like 100 things at once and actually be okay. Because for some reason before, it would give me anxiety if I wasn't doing 100 things at once. Like I would, in order for me to be, it was like, it's weird. In order for me to be productive, I have to do multiple things at once, or otherwise, like, I don't know, it's weird. But I realized that, all right, I can kind of like zone in that focus and actually be in one place and not being all over the place and talk to people and all this stuff and still be productive. That's one thing that I didn't think. Like, I thought going here and there and doing this and that and always being this place and always being with this person was like necessary. It's still necessary, but not as much as I thought before.
CR?
I'm not gonna lie. All right, can you please repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Like, what is something that you've learned about yourself, or I guess about the whole scope of your life? Like, have you self-analyzed enough during this time, during the quarantine, to notice some things about your behavior, about the pattern that you were going before this that you may want to change going forward, or anything you noticed about yourself you didn't notice before?
I've definitely have realized a bit more about my addictive personality and realizing what kind of tricks I got to play on myself to work on my discipline. Because I think it's all a mind thing. Like, even when it came to, like, I finally have completely stopped eating any type of fast food. Like, I haven't had Popeyes in weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love Popeyes. There's one down the street, all right?
Yo, the same with me and McDonald's, bro. There's a McDonald's literally on my block. Like, it's not even 5 minutes away. And
how do you not buy crack when the crack dealer's on the corner?
Exactly. Like, yeah, it's tough. You know how you don't do it? When you start seeing shit like your teeth fall out, or now you're like, I got a little finger here. Like, that's how you stop.
Yes. And that's what happened. I had a realization that everything about my quote unquote addictions or whatever, that was more or less me trying to escape something, or, you know, trying to like find comfort, right? I have to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? I'll smoke weed or I'll eat the Popeyes or whatever because I want to feel comfortable. I want to chill, right? But that's because I don't want to be uncomfortable, because change is uncomfortable. Evolving is uncomfortable, right? So I'm trying to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I challenged myself and I said, like every week I have like a different challenge. Like this week, I'm doing 100 push-ups every day. I don't care if I die. Like every day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every day. As soon as I wake up and before I go start working, I do 100 push-ups.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think for me, I had to learn how to be a little bit more vulnerable in my life, spiritually, all that shit. I really was kind of disconnected from that part of my brain, because like we mentioned, you just work. You don't really think about it. You don't really have time to think about your feelings, other people's feelings. It's like, this is how I feel, and it's priority. And I think, you know, having to sit down and be put in place, it really showed me, like, bro, you can't feel like that. You can't think like that. Like, you're never going to have any sustainable relationship, friendships, if that's your mindset. So for me, I think getting in tune with certain feelings that I wasn't comfortable with, I think that's what it was for me. That's what the biggest change has been.
So you got to be out by 9, right, Savon?
Yeah, but we can go to 9:05.
Okay, CR, you want to get into this or that? You got something lined up?
Of course. Oh.
Yeah, I really wish I would have had this one. Really wish we could switch segments if y'all want. Like,
shit. We could even, like, you could take our segment, we'll take yours, we'll incorporate it, like joint venture type shit.
Oh man.
So, how'd you like to play a game? A game of this or that.
This is sick.
A game of choices between two impossible ultimatums.
This nigga high.
So, first choice. Oh yeah, Kross, you never played this. So you, the rules are, you have to make a choice. You cannot question the options, but you can explain your choice.
Okay.
We're gonna go in order of Savon.
Wait, I'm sorry. Explain that one more time.
So you're gonna have to choose between two impossible ultimatums, and you have to choose. You have no choice but to choose. You can't ask me to explain the options, but you can explain your choice. We'll go Savon, Kross, then Jeff. All right. Ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, ranch. Easy.
Kross?
Blue cheese.
Ew.
I'm not fucking with either of them shits. I'm not choosing.
You like ranch or blue cheese?
I'm ranch all day, man. All right. Buffalo or barbecue?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Like a little kick.
Definitely buffalo for sure.
Nah, I need something spicy, like real spicy.
I'm doing barbecue. I need a sweet baby. All right, Subway or Quiznos?
I'm gonna have to go with Subway only because I've had it more in my life, but I'm not mad at Quiznos, but Subway for sure.
I don't think I've ever had Quiznos, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I've never even seen a Quiznos in my life.
Quiznos.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I think they went out of business.
They did.
I think they went out of business. I haven't seen one in quite some time.
But they were good when they were around. That turkey melt. All right. Mike or Kobe?
Oh, Mike. There would be no Kobe if it wasn't for Mike.
True.
Yeah, Mike. I feel like my life would be in danger if I said anything but Mike.
Well, do you own a pair of Jordans?
Me? Yeah, multiple.
Well, then there we have it. That's your answer. We got Jordan.
I'm gonna say Kobe.
And
I feel like Kobe. What?
I don't own that one pair of Kobe's.
Yeah, me either.
So y'all niggas talking about
No,
I'm talking about who they were at their core as a person. From what I've seen, like I'm going with Kobe, man.
I respect it.
I'm going with Kobe too because I grew up on Kobe, and I was old enough to watch his whole career. Michael Jordan.
Did you guys not watch the Last Dance documentary?
I watched every episode of the Last Dance, all 10 episodes,
and you still
amazing.
Feel this way.
And I still feel this way only because that's my hero from my generation. If I would have grew up to see when he started to when he finished, then it would be Michael Jordan. But I didn't see that. I saw Kobe from start to finish, like literally.
And I agree. We would have no Kobe if it wasn't for Jordan.
They
have the same mentality.
We know. Even Kobe said that. We know that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
You don't?
No, but anyway, let's keep going.
All right. Ludacris or Nelly?
Nelly.
It's getting hot.
I'm going Nelly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going Nelly.
I think I'm going Nelly.
Nelly? Okay.
Shit, man. Man,
Homie came out with a country album. He came out with a whole.
And I can't ask questions, so I can't ask what you're really referring to. But I'm gonna go with Luda because I feel like Luda, just overall career-wise, has ascended to a level Nelly could never reach.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Not in the music industry.
I'm talking about in totality.
Oh,
Nelly has a diamond album, but like that's it.
He's also an actor.
Wait, who? What?
Like he's an actor.
Yeah.
You never see really Nelly in movies.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nelly was on that Kevin Hart show, but I'm talking about totality career-wise. When it's all said and done, Ludacris will be more revered than Nelly.
I agree. All right. Late registration or college dropout?
Fuck.
Late registration.
Oh, good choice. Ooh.
Late registration.
I think I'm going college dropout.
I'm going with late registration too. The album changed my life.
Late registration for me as well.
Yeah.
I have all right. The next one, the Blueprint.
Got like 6 minutes
album.
left. 6 minutes left.
All right. The Blueprint album or the Black album?
The Blueprint.
Yeah, the Blueprint.
Yeah. The Blueprint.
Yeah,
I was actually listening to it yesterday.
Jeff?
Yeah, Blueprint as well.
I guess I'm the black sheep because I love the Blueprint. I grew up on it, got hits, but I had more of an attachment to the Black album. All right. Take Care or Nothing Was the Same?
Woo! Woo, shit.
That's a heavy question right there.
Okay. For a very, 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 very long time, I was Take Care was Drake's best album. But over the last 3 years, it's changed, and I think Nothing Was the Same is his best piece of work in totality to date. So I'm gonna have to go with Nothing Was the Same.
Okay, I respect it.
Go with Nothing.
I think I'll have to go Take Care. Like I agree with Savon 100% numbers wise. Like it statistically, logically makes sense. But as this album hit me, like it, emotionally and like culturally in that moment, Take Care.
Yeah, can't be mad. I can't be mad.
Let's talk about aging right quick. I'm going with Nothing Was the Same. Nothing Was the Same aged way better.
Yeah.
It sounds way better now. Like, I don't know if it's like how it was mixed or whatever, but
it does.
Nothing Was the Same just sounds better now. It's still relevant now. It still sounds good now. So
I agree with everything you guys are saying, 100%. But for me, Take Care is always gonna be number one. Because it was the same. He released it the same year I graduated high school. I have so many memories attached to that damn album. And the classic cover, that was the best album cover he ever had. Like Nothing Was the Same was a decent. It was nice. It was artistic. But I'm sorry, Take Care had the best album cover. It was just it was the perfect vibe. I don't know. It was Drake. That felt like that was Drake in his essence. But now we're about to get really interesting. I know we're running short on time, so I'll try to hurry.
That's still 9:06.
Do you think, bro?
9:05. My bad.
All right. Would you rather tat Drake's name on your neck or get a penis tatted on your cheek?
I'm gonna go with Drake's name because I could always lie and say that's my middle name.
Oh yeah, girl.
Yeah,
Drake's name 100%. There's no way that, and nothing against people that like that kind of stuff, but there's no way I want any kind of male genitalia on my face.
Yeah.
Semi-permanently or especially permanently.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drake.
Yeah, I'm getting Drake. Do right and kill everything.
Yeah.
Yo, that's funny as hell. All right. Would you rather walk on broken glass for 5 feet barefoot or walk on thumbnails for 3 feet barefoot?
Thumbnails.
I'm gonna go with thumbnails.
Because thumbnails is less injury and it's a less distance.
And the thumbnails, like, it's a direct line. It goes in and you can just put glass. It's like tiny pieces. And fuck glass. I don't want nothing to do with glass.
Okay, so you didn't say walking barefoot. So I'm gonna put my boots on. I'm gonna walk over.
I did say barefoot.
Yeah, he said barefoot.
You said barefoot? You did?
He said
barefoot. And I said barefoot specifically because I knew you would do that.
Oh. Shit.
He did say barefoot.
Fuck it, I'm just staying in bed that day. Fuck it.
All right.
You probably got one more.
Oh, one more?
Savon,
you got to.
Be out, right?
If you got to, I got time. It's fine. It's cool, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I only got 3 more in this.
Let's do it. Let's finish it up.
All right. Have one of your balls cut off, but still have firm erections, or have erectile dysfunction for the rest of your life with both your balls?
I need my shit to get up. You could take one.
Yeah.
Take one.
You could take one. You could take both.
Yeah.
Take both of them.
Yeah.
You could take them both.
Have them, and I'm gonna walk around with Excalibur. No problem. Fine with it. Take them shits. They're annoying anyway.
Yeah. You could take.
Yo. Oh man. Yo.
All right. They're annoying anyway.
All right. Eat Jell-O out of J-Lo's booty while she has diarrhea, or
he's a creative.
Some applesauce off of Shaq's toes after a long day.
I mean, that's
Listen.
easy. That's fairly easy. So I gotta answer.
So say it.
Like, J-Lo is. I don't care what's going on down there. Like, I'm gonna figure it out.
I'll scoop the Jello into her ass if I had to.
Like, yeah.
You know
do y'all realize it's
so have to look?
Bro, it's Jello and shit. Yo, Shaq, come here, yo.
Nah.
Shaq.
Yo,
Shaq, bro.
Huge. He's been an athlete for decades. Kids are crazy. For
bro,
sure.
I knew he was in the Yakuza, bro. You nasty as shit, bro.
I'm definitely.
All right, last one. This is the last one, and it might be the craziest.
Oh, shit.
So you have two choices. You have to shoot a porn regardless. So you could do a double penetration porn with Kevin Bacon and Meg Thee Stallion. or you can have a threesome with two of any of the 4 Golden Girls.
I'm gonna go.
Girls.
I'm gonna take the experience, bro. I'm taking the experience with the Golden Girls. Like, we gonna see what they can show me. I'm sure they had a fruitful life. Yeah.
I don't even fuck with Kevin Bacon like that. Like, bring them Golden Girls. They called the Golden Girls for a reason. I promise.
Yeah. Betty White. I think she got fire. She been around for a while.
It's Meg Thee Stallion, though, man. It's Meg Thee Stallion. Double penetration might be worth it.
Yeah, but
that's for you.
Yeah. How
does that even work, though? Like, how does? Never mind. Fuck it. It's not that type of podcast. Whatever.
This is a whole different podcast.
Yeah, this ain't Introverted Intuition. But that was a great this or that. We're gonna continue for a little bit more. But Savon, we definitely appreciate you coming on,
thank you,
checking in with us.
Thank you guys. Real quick before I get up out of here, how did the three of you guys? Because some new faces and everything. How did this come along?
Kross was a guest on the podcast previously 2 times. CR, you met him in a Lyft, like Uber, whatever.
Oh yeah, shit! I totally forgot about that. So I actually met Kross from working. And I was taking him to his house one day. We had a great fucking conversation. He was cool as shit. So I ended up just being his friend. And then, like, he told me he works in the city. And I was like, we do a podcast in the city. You should come through. Next thing you know, he came through. And it was like, everybody loved him. And he's just been around.
That's dope. I like the dynamic. I like the new dynamic. I like his perspective. I like how you guys mesh. Like, it's really dope, and definitely gonna keep my ears to it and watch it. And thank you guys for having me again. Like, I always have a good time. Anything you need, bro, just hit me. I know we were supposed to do it last week, but hey, we made it work. So thank you.
If you want the full story of what happened with the previous host, shoot me an invite, and I'll fucking share those stories. But whatever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I definitely got you.
But we definitely appreciate you. Please share out where people can follow and support you.
Yeah, okay. So on Instagram, my first name is Savon, Savon. My last name is Slater, Slater. If you type that in, I'm sure I'll pop up because I do some weird shit with my name and it's not really there. So Savon Slater, and on Twitter, you can find me at SLVTER. Replace the A with the V, and there I should be.
He's famous. He got hella followers. Follow him, whatever.
Okay, all right. I'll take it. I'm working, man. We all work.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much, bro. Hopefully, it's not our last collaboration. Even if it's not through podcasts, hopefully we can all link up and just smoke and just chill when this shit's all over.
When this is over, I definitely want to make sure we do something. Again, thank you guys for the inspiration on my podcast, the effect you guys had on that. I'm glad I was able to tell you guys this, virtually or just in person. However, because you guys definitely played a role in the structure of our show and also, you know, the live show idea. Like, you guys really instilled something. You know, we had a long trip home that day and we all just got a chance to kick it and was like, yo, I think we can do it. So thank you guys for even putting that battery in our back. Continue to grow, stay healthy, stay blessed. And yeah, just hit me next time. Until next time.
Absolutely.
I will get up out of here and thank you. Have a good episode.
Thanks, bro. Be safe.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there were 3.
Boom.
How'd y'all feel about that? That was dope.
That was
good. That was good.
I appreciate both of y'all, man. Like, I always had a vision for this podcast, man. It wasn't really entirely clear, but I knew, like, what we just did was it. Clear, concise conversations, a great flow.
What? Say that again. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Like, I've always had a vision for this podcast. You get me? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, audio listeners. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear.
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. So I always had a clear vision of the podcast, and like that episode was like me and CR have done episodes like which is me and him or whatever, but like that was it. A whole interview, smooth sailing, fun. That's it. That's all I ever had, and like I just appreciate y'all. For real, that was dope. That was fun.
I enjoyed it, man.
That was super dope. And it felt very organic, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like pushed or like anything like that. Like everything was like real organic.
Yeah, and that was your first time, Kross. That was your first time meeting Savon. So
yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah,
like he just seemed like a real cool dude.
What's next? What's up with CR, man?
Yeah, let's talk. Let's
you
talk.
Want to know the truth? Or you want to know the truth?
Spill the tea, man.
What's up?
Bruh,
Introverted Intuition tea.
I've been living my best life, man.
You've been you got the corona, what, once a week? What's going on, man?
Oh, boy. Here he goes. I know you ain't taking those long trips.
Hey, it's worth it, though. Every 2 weeks,
at least I'm staying 14 nearby.
Days. The doctors recommend staying in the house for 2 weeks, my nigga.
Nah, bro, I just been chilling, bro. Like, I've been having a few guests, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just been enjoying myself. I'm officially just in the single mindset. But I'm also spending a lot more time working on my own mentality, trying to improve on shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to work on my discipline and shit. You know, eating. I'm doing very, very well with my eating. And I'm proud of myself.
Yo, shout out to Purple Carrot, because I got my Purple Carrot package today.
What's Purple Carrot?
That's the home cooking shit?
Yeah.
You just moved in with your girl, right? Like, how has that been for you?
Great. Yeah, we've been chilling. Like, we literally moved in March 27th. And like literally that next Monday, which I believe was a Friday, that next Monday was when Jersey and New York gave like the order to stay in. So we literally moved in like at the perfect weekend to like be locked into like, you know, in place, because we were in a brand new condo. So like it was like, you know, it's not so bad being quarantined in a new place that you just got into, because you're not like tired of it or anything like that.
Have you lived with a girl before? Because like I'm actually the conversations are been had, thinking about moving to Baltimore. I've never lived with a girlfriend before, so I'm curious. Like, I'm curious what it's like.
So I would say one of the main things is like, you'll really start to notice real small things that like you didn't notice before, but you notice now, and then you have to come to terms with yourself. So you gotta look at your own ego and say, you know, out of the love that I have for this other person and love for myself, am I capable of looking past that ego and keep it going? Because when you're dating somebody, you're not living together. Even if you guys have your own places,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It takes a level of comfortability when you're living with somebody for people to start acting in a natural manner.
yeah.
Because you could have a place and your girl has their own place, and y'all might sleep over each other's houses for 2 or 3 days here and there, maybe like a week or whatever. But you have your own space. So like either you are, I don't want to say like on thin ice, but like you're not your true self as when you're in the crib dolo.
Yeah. My thing is like my whole fear was like moving in and like even going into a new relationship kind of was like my fear of losing my independence. Like I still want to be me. And like this is kind of like PTSD from past relationships. I feel like in past relationships, I had to hide parts of who I was and certain things that I enjoyed to make them happy and make them continue to like me. But with this relationship, I've been truly myself 100%, and she accepts and she appreciates and respects who I am as a person. But the fear of moving in is like, I like to, after a long day, I like to come on, put on some music, drink some wine, chill. I like to put on a game for like an hour and chill, put on a movie for an hour and chill. Like we are complete opposites, but we kind of come together perfectly, right? So my fear of moving in and like taking that next step is like losing my routine, losing who I am.
Yo, so, you should be more. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you should be more afraid of being afraid of making a change.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like you'll never know what's on the other end of that cliff unless you take a leap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never know. I'm not telling you to move to Baltimore tomorrow and start a relationship. I'm just saying like pondering over something for a little bit is good because obviously you want to be smart and conscious for your decisions. But like fear, I feel like regret is a bigger bitch, so to say, excuse my French, than fear. Because fear, you fear in the moment. Regret, you think about it and you're like, oof, like you're still scared of it. And now you're thinking about it before, like, damn, I probably could have did something. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think if it's something that you feel like can really be more rewarding, you know what I'm saying? If the reward outweighs the risk, I say take the risk. You feel me? Because, you know, it's rare that you find somebody like that who accepts you, makes you feel the way that she makes you feel, you know what I'm saying? And like he said, you never know what could be on the other side. Like, you could really end up having, like, the best chapter of your life moving out there. You never know. You might get the break that you needed for podcasting while you're out there. Like, you never know.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like you don't even know if it was a possibility that it might not even be like the relationship might prosper, but other things like you said, a podcast or something else might prosper. There's opportunities and everything. You just gotta weigh them out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, it's still like in the development stage. Like this is talks. Like we, when you get in a relationship, like when you get in a relationship with somebody that is different than anybody you've ever been with. Like I feel like we all kind of had maybe flashes of that, right? But this is more than like a mirage right now. This is like tangible, like real, like proof. This is different, man. Like
how long have y'all been dating?
Huh?
How long have y'all been dating?
Yo, honestly, it's been like I don't even know. Like I said, when I say I don't know, it's like it comes off weird. Like how you not know, like how you've been with somebody, but like we had a connection since like we started the talking phase, right? So it's like we could have always been. We feel like we always been dating since that first DM was sent. So it's just like,
oh, you still had DM?
Yeah, let me tell you something. For the single listeners out there, if you need some help on like DM etiquette, hit me up. I'm a writer. I got a book coming out soon. I can educate you because I know what I'm doing. And I'm a first, second, and third day etiquette teacher as well. But that's
he's going all the way to the third date.
That's the third day is when shit changes, bro. The third day is when changes everything. The third day is when it shifts to something more, bro. If you're that good, but like, yeah, like I feel like we've had a connection since like day one, and it's just like,
when was that?
When was it?
Yeah, you still have to answer that.
I think that was like, hold on. Hold on. I don't know if I think it was like October of last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, September of last year.
That feels like a grip. Like that feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, but it was super casual up till like maybe February of this year. So.
So it's pre-corona. Y'all got pre.
Yeah, it was like right before the corona. Like I'm trying to be respectful, but like, yeah, right before corona, like shit went down, whatever. But like,
I got yeah.
I wish I had some weed. I'm mad jealous. Y'all got weed, like CR. You the plug, bro. You know where I live.
I knew he was gonna say that. Hold up. First off, nigga, how many times have you said we was gonna link up? You never hit me up.
Bruh, it's been
never. You never hit me up.
CR, we really have to though. Like I was saying with Savon was here. Like I was saying to. Yeah, we all need to. Yeah, like let's set a date and let's stick to it. But like I was saying with Savon was here, like I miss like the face-to-face interactions, like what without a mask. You know what I mean? Like it's not real anymore. You know what I mean? So. Hold on. I thought about putting on my mask for the podcast. Like this is show like what the real like show what the real reality is like right now. Like,
yo,
man, I'm so tired of COVID-19.
Yo, CR came with a crazy energy this podcast. His shirt says, "Who's gonna check me?"
That's Nisa F.
Shout out to Nisa F.
That's his energy right there. Who gonna check me?
That's why I love it.
We should get Nisa F back on the podcast, yo.
That's why I love this shirt, bro. It represents my personality. It's just like I'm gonna be me regardless.
Yeah, that's big.
By the way, a shameless plug: Introverted Intuition merch coming very soon, and probably in about 2 to 3 weeks. Website coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Follow us on Instagram at Introverted Intuition Pod for more updates. Cause yeah. You want to support us, support the show, and you love the show, why not spend a few dollars on a t-shirt or a lighter or whatever? So stay tuned for that.
I want to be heavily involved with some of the designs, bro. I think we can really make this big.
CR, we're gonna have like a long-winded conversation, bro. Like the other day when I hit you up about calling you and like shit went down, like I wasn't able to, whatever, like. CR, we gotta talk for real, cause I got a lot of ideas, man.
Me and CR had that conversation in that Uber the first day I met him.
About what?
Literally, like that convo of like we exchanged like business ideas, like we knew each other for years and years, and it was literally an Uber ride. Yeah. And like I needed his number. I needed it. I like you know what I mean. You know how sometimes you vibe with niggas and like. Like you don't ask for a number because you don't want to like be like quote unquote gay or anything like that. So you just,
like, how did you ask for CR's number? You're like, yo, I think you're a great driver. I'm about to give you 5 stars for sure, and I'm gonna give you a tip. Yo, can I get your number? Like, how did you say it? Like,
nah, because we were talking about various different business ventures, and like a few of his intersected with a few of mine. So. It was just a natural. He gave me his business information, which includes obviously his contact information. I gave him mine. It was an exchange of that, and then we left. I left the car, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was a cool dude." And boom, we're here today.
Wait, where did he pick you up at?
He was very, very professional. When he was like, it was just like it was smooth. Like, yo, this nigga Kross was smooth, bro. Like, this nigga, He had me so interested in his life, bro.
He bagged
was
you.
telling me stories, bro, like about when he was drag racing on the Pulaski Highway. He was telling me about when he copped his, what was it, an Infinity? Like, bro, like his in that short ride, bro.
Kross bags you,
bro.
Yo, yeah.
Yo. Kross pulled up with the smooth swag.
That's crazy.
Bro,
they came
I was totally interested in this nigga's life, yo. I was like, yo, I gotta be friends with this nigga. He had on a fancy ass suit. I'm like, this nigga, who is this guy, yo?
Yo,
we gotta be friends.
Yo, where'd you pick him up at? Like
somewhere far. You weren't close. You were like in Jersey City or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember. He picked me up somewhere far, and I went far. I don't remember where the fuck I was.
You went to Carteret, to your mom's house.
Oh, Carteret, but I forgot where you picked me up from somewhere far.
Yeah, I picked you up from somewhere. That's how we ended up having such a long conversation.
Yeah. By the way, Kross, every episode you've been on has done really well numbers-wise. So, honestly, when shit starts like turning down a bit,
appreciate it.
We need to talk about like some live shit with us, cause like, you know what I mean, some live show shit.
We can have people just asking questions, and we can answer questions, cause this or that segment is that's fire.
Perfect.
Like that right there is fire. Like if we could do that like intermittently throughout the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like not for long, like 2-3 minutes of like, yo, quick this or that, you five this or that, and then you keep going.
You know, I think that this. Let me tell you something about this. Audio listeners, this is for you. This is why I think that this or that segment is really vital and amazing for the podcast. Because like, I kind of ease in and out of it with the mental health segment for Savon specifically, because like he already said it on the last episode that he was on the podcast that he doesn't really go through any depression or anything like that. And I really do like to talk about that because I identify with that. I know a lot of our guests that I choose to come on the show and that we choose identify with depression and stuff like that. So like it's like really heavy, right?
Yeah.
But that segment that CR created is really, it's like I put it towards the end of the podcast because it's like we go through the darkness, we stay there for a bit, and it's like the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think that segment is. It's like the perfect way to like end the episode with the listeners smiling and the guests smiling. And even Savon saying he was inspired by that is a testament to how great the segment is.
Literally. I was just about to say, Savon said that he was inspired by that segment. Like,
that means a lot, yo. That means a lot to me, bro. It means a lot, yo.
Yo, and he was inspired by the fact that we did a live show. Like, we sold 30 tickets. We had 25 people there. Like, we did that shit on our own, bro. And like, that was strictly our promotion, and we sold that shit out.
And those people were there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were there to be, you know, with you guys, listen to you guys. Those are core fans. So now 25 grows to 50, 50 goes to 100, 100 goes to, you know what I'm saying? And it builds in them, you know what I mean? Build that momentum, I guess you could say.
I had so much stuff where I was lined up here. Like I mentioned, like I was supposed to be speaking at a few podcast festivals this summer. Like we already had the venue booked for the next live show. Like I like the way things are lining up right now because I feel like we're still keeping our audience fed with the audio and the video and stuff like that. And we're getting them hyped up for what's next. Because I have so many ideas, bro. Like CR, Kross, you could be there too. Like we gotta do a group FaceTime one day, and like I really gotta share a lot of shit I really have planned for this show.
We were just talking about linking up. Why don't we set up a time to link up and actually, like, I know I'm corona free. I think you guys are corona free. Let's go to one.
Can we hold up? Can we do it like audio video listeners? I'm sorry you don't care about this, but we're excited. Next weekend, real time right now. Next weekend, let's do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm down.
Okay, it has to be either Saturday night or Sunday, like anytime Sunday.
I work Sundays. So, let's do Saturday night.
Let's do Saturday night. Yeah. And let's do like, I don't know, work. But you see everything's closed. But you can't really do much Saturday night. Unless you go, I mean, y'all can come to the crib if you want. You come to my house. That's what I'm
saying. What if we just get some liquor, get some weed, and meet up at one of our houses?
I got a nice backyard. We can go whoever's house, like whatever.
Whoever. Both of y'all got a better crib than me. I live in the hood. So I'm going to, just tell me whose house I'm going to. Either Kross's house or Jeff's house. Whose house?
Yeah.
No, for real.
Like, y'all can come here. Jeff, where do you live? Oh,
I'm in Jersey.
Oh yeah, you're in Jersey, but you're more
central, like towards north, like near north.
Oh, you're
I'm 30 minutes from north.
Oh, okay. You're 30 minutes from north. Okay. So yeah, so coming to me might be easier.
What city do you live in, Kross?
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna text on the side. We're gonna figure it out. Whatever.
Yeah.
But shit, audio listeners, video listeners, some shit's coming. But yeah, like I don't know what I was saying.
no, but that link up for sure.
We linking up. Like I want to do something. Like the idea I gave Savon literally came to my mind today. Like doing like a live Introverted Intuition through Skype for like 60. You could have 65 people total. I think it's Skype. We could do like a little small live show through Skype. You know what I mean? For people who really fuck with the show. Like that's a great idea. And I won't even charge. No charge. Just come through, interact, and chill. That'd be so fun, bro.
60 people, like they be talking at the same time.
And I mean, we have to like come up with some type of like way to structure it. Like make it interactive, but make it structured, right?
Everybody got like whoever wants to talk has to like put their finger up or something.
Yeah. Bro, like no one else is doing a over the web like live podcast. No. People doing IG lives, everyone's doing that. People are doing Zoom calls, everyone's doing that. We could do a live podcast through Skype, bro. If we wanted to, if it worked out the first time, we could do it. If it's the second time, if people were like, "Yo, really fuck with it," maybe we could charge $5. You know what I mean? We could do something really great, bro.
No, I agree.
Hey, if we can make it work.
Shit like my book is done. My shit is like kind of in the process of actually getting like physical copies in my hand. I'm thinking about doing like a live like book release party. Like I'll send out some copies of the book. Fucking have people tune in who have the book. They can like if they read it, we could do like a review. Like
do you have a
review?
Signature?
Huh?
Do you have a signature?
A signature?
Like when you sign a check, do you have a specific way that you sign every? Or when you sign the, a contract, whatever.
Yeah.
You have a signature.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, you have a signature?
Hell yeah! I was working on my signature when I was 8 years old because I knew I was going to be famous.
I swear to God, I've been working on my signature since I was a kid. Like that shit was. I don't know why, but for some reason, when I was a kid, to me, having a signature, like I needed to have that prepared in the bag because I was gonna be using this and people were gonna see this every day.
Every day.
Yo.
I'm the exact same way, bro. Like, since I was a little kid, I would just write my name over and over on notebook paper until I came up with the perfect way I wanted my signature to look. And ever since then, I signed all my legal documents like that, everything.
Okay, everything, like you look at all my legal documents, they're all signed the same exact way for, I would say, the last, 5 years.
Yep, same here. Like, I felt like your signature, you got to have it, yo. You got to have it.
A lot of people don't have it though. A lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people, and they don't, and they sign things, but they'll write out their whole name, or you know what I'm saying, or they'll spit out their whole name or something along those lines, but they don't have you know what I'm saying, a signature. Like me, I do a big K, and then for Quintana, the script of Q looks like a 2. So the 2 goes perfectly into the T and ends at the A, and the A comes around, crosses the T, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? so it flows. It flows. But it took me years. Yeah, it took me years. Like, do you have a signature? You see, but Jeff's name is short. It's pretty short. I have a long fucking name.
So like, I can't do the uppercase J in the cursive. I could do the lowercase. So like, I learned that when I was like 7, and yeah, it's pretty much the same thing throughout everything.
Do you have a middle name?
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Yo, hold on. What's going on right now?
Jeff is hilarious. I knew he wasn't gonna answer that shit. I knew he wasn't gonna answer that shit.
No, I'll answer it, but what's going on?
No, nothing's going on. I'm just randomly saying, like, because I didn't know your last name was.
Don't say my last name. My middle name is
yeah.
Hold up.
What your last name is? I didn't know that's what it was. So like
your last name is Kinsierra, right? Whatever is that? Kinsierra.
Yeah.
Jeff is so racist. You bastard.
No, my middle name is Aaron. Aaron.
Harry?
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah.
Kross, you said Harry? Yo, can you imagine if this nigga's name was Harry?
I can still fight. Fight. Like, I know how to fight still, for real.
Can you imagine if this nigga's name was Harry?
Harry.
Harry.
Audio listeners, visual listeners, viewers, whatever. I apologize for their ignorance. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of weed on their side of the country. My middle name is Aaron. Jeffrey Aaron. I'm not gonna say my last name because I want you niggas to try to find me. But if I don't even think our listeners are that crazy, but
so long. Like, you know when you were a kid and you had to write in that, like, you know that line that had the 2 lines and it had the 2 like dotted lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right
there. When you were practicing your penmanship.
Yeah.
Yo.
Nah.
Each name in my name, it has 9 letters.
Wow.
That's a lot of
letters. That's 27 letters.
Like, yo, this guy.
CR's a fucking mathematician. Yes, it's 27 again.
That's crazy.
Yes, CR. We know you went to college, nigga. We know you could do fucking math, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Yo, I'm just saying though.
God. How many phone numbers do you know off the top of your head? Like, let's say your phone died and you needed to call someone. How many phone numbers, like, do you know off the top of the dome?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I only, like, okay, I may be the only nigga probably in 2020 who still has a house phone at their house. I only know my house phone number. I don't know anybody else's.
I'm gonna call your house phone and ask for Harry.
Hold up.
I know my dad's cell phone number by heart. I know my best friend William. I know his number by heart. Only because these people have had the same number almost my whole life. Yeah, that's about it. And my Uncle Stanley, like 3 numbers. I know like 3 numbers by heart.
I gotta start memorizing numbers.
Cause I was talking to my middle brother, who's 20, and we were talking about like knowing phone numbers, and he didn't know anybody's phone number by heart. He was like, I just have them on my phone. He was like, why do I? Me, I think I know at least 20 phone numbers by heart.
Hold on, let me ask you another question. You get locked up tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. You got a few numbers in your mind memorized.
What?
You got a few numbers in your mind memorized. Okay, I'm talking to both of y'all. Y'all got our numbers, like whoever else, like I'm talking to CR, you got me and Kross's number. Kross, you got me and CR's number. You got your mom's number, and you got the last girl you was really intimate with's number. To get you out of jail, who are you calling?
My mother. Easy answer, my mother.
But we all got the money to get you out. But who are you calling?
My mother. Easy answer. I know she's getting me out regardless. Even if she didn't even have the money, I'm still coming out.
Who are you calling, CR? Are you calling us, the last girl you really was intimate with, who really gives a fuck about you, or your family?
That's a crazy question, though.
It's hard to say because, to be honest, I wouldn't think about calling my parents first because I know they don't have any money. To be honest,
I'm saying everyone has the money to get you out, but who are you calling?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not gonna bother my friends. I'm gonna call my dad first.
Okay.
I would call my dad first because I wouldn't want to inconvenience any of my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather call my dad because, it's kind of his responsibility, look out for his damn son.
It depends on the situation also. Because, like, some shit, like...
That's true, too.
Yeah. Like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in a crazy situation and it's not, like, parents worthy, I'm hitting CR up like, yo, listen, I just want 20 grand. I got a room in AC. You want to go? And we have.
But you got my number too, though.
Or I can be like, yo.
What'd you say?
What?
Kross, but you hit up CR, but my number is like a few scrolls down in your contact list. You're not going to hit me up too?
I was just, but you cut me off. I was just about to say your scenario. I did 2 scenarios. So if I pick Karen, you would go to like a used book, like store. You know, like those nice ones.
Yeah.
Like, what are they called? They're called something. Anyway,
you don't know.
All right, so I would call Jeff. If it wasn't my parents, I would call Jeff because I feel like more than most likely he would be available. I feel like Kross would be busy doing stuff. I feel like he would be somewhere. And no, and I don't mean that in a fucked up way. I'm just saying, right? I feel like Kross might be on a private jet somewhere.
Nigga, I got a full-time job, nigga. First of all, second of all, yo.
But look,
you're
either at work or you're at home, right? Right? Kross doesn't work at one particular place. He works mad different places. That's what I'm saying. So he's less likely to be available.
He's trying to flip it now. He's trying to flip it, and I hurt my feelings, and I get it.
No, that's what I was trying to say to begin with. Because Kross.
By the way, hold up. The listeners don't know this. By the way, CR did hit me up. I was one of the first people that CR hit me up about when he got a scam offer about a record deal or whatever, perform or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was ready to send him the bread. So, by the way, keep that in mind. And I was ready to send it. By the way.
So like I said, I would call you because I know you'll be down, you'll be around. I know Kross. He'd probably be busy. Like, he probably wouldn't pick up at first because he's busy.
Like,
he'd probably call me back. Badly.
Yo, call me back next Tuesday. Call me back next Tuesday. I got you.
Exactly.
But like, honestly, like if I was in that situation, I'll probably hit y'all up just because like I wouldn't want that stress. I would hit one of y'all up. I wouldn't want that stress on like my girl, my family, like whatever. Like, I feel like y'all be able to own that and like just be able to not respect, but like acknowledge what I went through and not tell anybody who I'm associated with. You know what I
mean? Yeah, like on a real note, I feel like there's a small amount of people that I know that if they're contacting me in certain circumstances or at certain times, all right, you know, friend code is now in effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's very small amount of people for like whatever, like it's 2:00 in the morning or 11 a.m. or whatever the case may be. Once that happens, friend code, and it makes it like, you know, different. I guess if that makes sense, because of the loyalty effect that's usually given between people.
Yo, can I tell y'all a random thought? It's not really random, but like, I feel like this is like switching gears completely. But, and this topic was really fun. But during this quarantine shit, introverts are the fucking champions, bruh. Like, extroverted people have probably like are going crazy. Like, they have to be on a Zoom call. They have to be on a FaceTime. They have to text. I feel, but this is my perception of being an introvert. Like, I'm an introvert, so this is how I view extroverted people. I feel like extroverted people go crazy during times where they can't interact. So I feel like being an introvert is like a superpower. That's just my perception.
Okay, so I'm an extrovert for
no,
sure.
You fucking not.
But
no, you're not. No. Stop lying to the people.
No, yeah, okay. I'm definitely an introvert. But, you know, I can see from which like an extrovert would think. You know what I'm saying?
No. Wait, what? Hold on, what'd you say?
You said, nah.
Wait, what'd you say? Yo, wait, what? This nigga said some shit. What'd you say, nigga? Anyways, for the introverts out here in the world, for our audio listeners, our visual viewers who are introverts, I feel like you guys are really thriving during this time because you're comfortable with being on your own thoughts. You're comfortable with being by yourself, and you don't need anybody. You're not literally vying and craving for the economy to open up. You're not craving to go back to work. You're not craving to go back to whatever.
But what if it feels like they're being consumed?
Who?
Like the introverts. Like instead of it being like you're explaining, just to play devil's advocate, they feel like they're being consumed. Like now they're just like, since everybody else is inside, like them being inside, it's almost like being consumed. Like they're not able to like be low key and be like in their niche or their bag. It pushes them out a little bit because everybody else is not everybody's an introvert because you can't go outside. You can't exit. You can only enter.
Nigga, I'm talking to the introverts though. Like I'm talking to the introverts and I'm talking to the extroverts. So like maybe introverts have like their own like ways of going about things. Like maybe like there's introverts who like maybe there's like I feel like our audience kind of is more ambiverted, but I'm talking to the introverts who literally have no problem going from Sunday through Saturday without talking to anybody. I'm talking to the introverts who have no problem like being inside, like who go outside for a little bit, getting some vitamin D, coming back inside, putting on a movie and chilling. Like I'm talking to the introverts who have no problem not talking for 24 hours.
Your week starts on Sunday?
Nigga, that's when the week starts.
No, the week starts on Monday.
Yo, I feel like I learned that from a Spanish teacher. I
what you mean as far as a calendar, but like, come on, Monday. Well,
yeah, so
Monday, and then the last day of the week is Sunday.
My work day, like my Monday is Sunday for my job. I work Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Friday and Saturday, those are good days to have off.
Yo, okay, hold up. Can we go back to like something else real quick? when we link up, I need to cop some weed from one of y'all. I can take back to the crib. So like when we do a podcast, we can all smoke. So it's like we're all in a cipher. Cause I need some weed, bro. I need some weed.
All you gotta do is cash out me, bro. And I got options across the street. What do you want? How much do you want? Do you want an eighth? Do you want a half?
But
do
CR,
you want an
ounce? Nothing but nothing, because it's nothing.
This is the problem. This is not a problem with CR, but like CR knows. I'm not an adept at rolling. So like when I'm cash apping you, I need you to get this cop in the weed, and I need you to roll it up for me too. I can't roll. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a pipe anymore.
I'll bring papers when I come through, and I'll show you how to roll.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to learn. Look, you know,
I don't know.
I don't want to learn. I don't have to learn.
But no, yes, you do, because then you're inconveniencing me because you want me to sit here and roll your blunts. Come on, nigga.
But I'm paying you a service.
You're not paying me. You're paying the bud man. What, you about to give me commission?
Okay, so the audio listeners, but for the audio listeners who may not remember or even know, weed is a consistent medium that is added into the members of this podcast lives at some point in time, right? I am not an adept. I am well versed in weed. I've smoked a lot of weed, but I'm not. What happened to Kross?
I don't know.
He clocked out.
It looked like his phone froze, and then after that, he went out.
That nigga really broke. He got all them suits and shit. He really broke.
He said what?
Yeah, I said he broke.
He got all them suits. He really broke. You know,
we got 9 minutes left of this shit. Should we just wrap it up anyways?
Yeah, man. Fuck it.
Shout out where people can find you and support you, my nigga.
Yo, man, please, listeners, I love talking to you guys and interacting with you on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. That's the platform that I use the most on social media, at CR_908. I already talked to a lot of you guys, and I fucking love it. Oh, Kross just joined. He's back.
He joined again?
There we go. Where'd you go, nigga?
I wasn't even touching my phone, and all of a sudden, the screen went white, and I was like, "Oh shit, what happened?" And instead, I left the chat.
Well, we got technically, I think 8 minutes left. I'm not sure when Miles started, but we got till 10 o'clock. Technically, our recording time is from 8 to 10. Miles, how much time do we have left? Are you listening? Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here. You got like 8-9 minutes, somewhere in there. You can go like 10 minutes. You're all right.
Can we go till 10 o'clock exactly, or is that not possible?
Yeah, no, of course. It's fine.
Yo, Miles, I love you. Brianna, Matt, if you're listening, give this nigga a raise.
Yeah, Miles, he's like a magical voice. Once you hear him, he just like grants magical wishes.
Right. By the way.
Wishes are limited.
By the way.
Genie. It's like a genie. But like you never hear him. When you do hear him, he's like, yes, okay.
By the way, no. Some talks have been had about possibly starting my own little studio. Very soon. Maybe not very soon, but like in the near future. So Miles, if you end up getting fired from Gotham, I'll hire you. But shit, now that Kross is back, CR, you were shouting yourself out. Should we just wrap it here, or should we go a little bit longer?
Yo, you have more this or that?
You got another this or that? You have another? Do y'all have some don't sleeps?
Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, we gotta do don't sleep. We forgot. That's what we gotta do. Don't sleep.
My don't sleep is I don't want to go first.
All right. Go ahead, Kross.
I don't know what don't sleep is.
Don't see. All right, let me explain. So, Don't Sleep is basically a segment where we talk about either a book, an album, or maybe an idea or a thought that people should be aware of. Something that you want to share and enlighten people and shed some light on. So what's something that you think people shouldn't sleep on? And, you know, it could be anything.
Thank you, CR.
Of course.
That was a great explanation.
That's my explanation.
I would say people shouldn't sleep on self-confidence. Like, I'm talking about you're by yourself and you're going up against 100 people and you're confident that you're going to win no matter what. Confidence. To the point where it's almost like arrogance, but people can't feel like it's arrogance because you're earning, you're showing your worth. But that confidence, even when you don't got it, like, you know how people say, like, fake it till you make it? You can't fake confidence.
No, you can't. You can't.
Because when it comes off like as cocky, and then when you're cocky, it's like it's false confidence. Exactly. But I would say self-confidence is probably one of the strongest drivers that people sleep on, because everybody thinks about, like, oh, money. Like, you could have $1 million, but scam money don't make no money.
You know That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yo, by the way, real quick, I'll text this later, but never mind, my bad. Go ahead, CR.
So, piggybacking off of Kross, I want to say, don't sleep on fear. Because fear will really, really stop you from accomplishing even the smallest feat. You have to really, really allow yourself to realize that most of the fear is in your head.
Or it can motivate you.
Or it can motivate you, right? Or it can motivate you, right? If you're a pessimist, if you're the type of person you see the consequences of things, that's going to motivate you to avoid those obstacles. So you're going to be more prepared and more ready. So, like, just learn how to use fear. Don't let your fear use you. You know what I'm saying? It's because everybody feels it. Everybody has the same emotions. We're all human, but it's about how you respond to it, right? You're either going to let your fear paralyze you and you're going to sit there and not do what you need to do, or you're going to take that fear and let it propel you. So don't sleep on your fears, man. Embrace them bitches. I like to be scared. It makes me feel alive.
And my don't sleep is don't sleep on don't sleep on trying. Like, I feel like I said earlier in this podcast, like, I started making beats or whatever. But, like, you have, like, let's not even isolate it towards this quarantine time. You can't lose if you try. Like, there's no losing in trying. There's no failing in trying. All you have to do is try. Like, failing is part of the process. Losing is part of the process. Not being as great as you think you might be is part of the process. So don't sleep on trying. If you want to try to make the best salmon cakes in the country, whatever, go ahead and try. I mean, maybe set out the kitchen, because you might bring your kitchen down, whatever. But whatever. But just don't sleep on trying, like, because you really can't lose. Like, even if you, like, fuck up the first time, if you keep trying and you keep going, like, you'll be able to perfect whatever it is you're trying to attempt. So just don't sleep on the idea of trying. Don't sleep on the idea of, like, fucking up, because fucking up is what makes us perfect. Is what makes us human and continues to make us imperfect. So, like, trying doesn't make you a loser. Trying doesn't make you less than what you are. It kind of, in my idea, trying
makes you a man.
Or trying makes you, or trying kind of positions you towards being a better version of yourself. So just try shit. Try, like, when this isolated towards this quarantine shit. If you're not working, or you're working from home, get off a certain time, you're still at home the rest of the day, just try shit. Try to draw. Try to fucking paint. Try to fucking create a podcast, whatever. Like, just try. Like, there's no repercussions for trying.
That's like a perfect.
And I promise you, whatever it is that you're attempting to try at, if you keep trying at it, it'll be the best. It'll be the best thing you've ever done in your entire life. Like I did with this podcast, like CR did with music, like Kross did whatever he's doing. Like, just fucking keep trying. You'll build an audience. You'll build a loyal you'll build whatever it is you're trying to build if you just try. That's it. So Kross, CR, please shout out where people can find y'all, and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yo, people, please follow me on the gram at CR_908. I follow back. I love talking to you guys. Follow me.
People can follow me on the gram at Kross09. No, Kross Culture. There we go. I think that's it.
That's with a K, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kross Culture with a K. Yes.
And you can follow us on Instagram at Introverted Intuition Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Introverted Intuition. Website is coming soon. That's www.introvertedintuition. I don't know why I'm saying it now because it's not done yet, but I'm gonna let y'all niggas know. You can follow us on Twitter at Introverted Intuition Pod. No, at Introverted Pod. I'm sorry. And in the bio of our Instagram page is our link tree, so you can follow me individually on Instagram, CR. I gotta get CR's Twitter at some point to get that in. Shit, I'll fucking add Kross there too because Kross has been really beneficial to the podcast during this time. Follow our studio, man. Gotham Podcast Studio on Instagram.
Yeah, shout out to Gotham Studio.
Yeah, they're really holding us down, and we really appreciate y'all during this time, and we love y'all. And we'll see y'all next episode. So thank you for listening.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. Peace.